He's going to be hitting the stage at Helium Comedy Club this weekend in Indianapolis. Right now, he should still be hitting the pillow because it's pretty early in L.A. Comedian Aries joins us. Good morning.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Man, it's good to see you again. You've been here a few times. We appreciate your time whenever you're in Indianapolis. So how different is the world of a comedian right now with all that's going on? You've been quarantined a bit. You've been working on new stuff. What's your outlet?
It's definitely an adjustment. And like everybody else, I think it's kind of been like touch and go. It's surreal. Just coming from a place where you didn't have to do this kind of thing, but now with social distancing and limited seat capacity and masks and stuff like that, it's just it's kind of surreal,
Have you mastered the Zoom and the FaceTime?
No, I don't want to get that comfortable.
Sure.
Because I really want to get back, like everybody else, to a place of normalcy. Unfortunately, this is the world we live in right now. But I'm hoping to really, I got my fingers crossed.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Well, I know I have some friends that are comedians, certainly not on your level, but they talked about doing a Zoom stand-up routine, and you just don't get that live vibe. You don't get that reaction. You don't get that timing. There's no substitute for faces, right?
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit old school and traditional in my thinking, but I don't want to force it. So if I can't do it the right way, I'd rather not do it.
That makes sense. So let's just say that you're walking down the street, some fans come up to you, they recognize you through your mask. Is there one role, one character, one voice that you get more often than any other, or is it pretty evenly distributed?
Nah, it's somewhat evenly distributed.
I mean, you're always going to be TP to me.
Aha! Well, thank you. I take that. That's a compliment.
Have you ever impersonated anybody and that person was in your presence when it happened?
Yeah, I mean, doing 8 years on Mad TV, some of the celebrities and guest stars that we had, you would kind of have to do that because that's what the job called for.
Right. I remember I did an interview once with Cedric the Entertainer, and I don't know what got into me, but I did an impersonation of Cedric the Entertainer to him, and he was nice enough about it. I don't know if I did a good job, so...
Yeah, I would love to see what a Cedric the Entertainer impression is like, because I never thought of him as somebody that you could impersonate.
Right. Actually, it was his character from Barbershop is what it was.
Oh, okay. See, that's a different thing.
Yeah, that's a different thing. All you got to do is move your head and talk like this, and then all that sort of thing.
Yeah, he was being nice about it.
So what are you working on now? You got a lot of downtime. A lot of comedians do. Are you working on new stuff, or you still got to wait until you have an audience to work through the kinks and to smooth it out?
Well, I'm still able to do my podcast with my podcast partner, who's actually a feature comedian, Andy Steinberg. So we have the Spears and Steinberg podcast, which we do because we normally do it on the road when we're together, but that is the one thing we can and will do through Zoom because it's not, it's just basically us talking. So that's a different beast. So we still are able to do that. And then, of course, you write as much as you can and try to stay creatively busy that way.
So what do you do when you get to a city? Even if it's a city you've been to before, or maybe a city for the first time, you get into town and you've got downtime in between your scheduled routines. Do you explore the city, or do you sort of hold up?
It's dependent on the city. A place like Indianapolis, New York, Chicago, Vegas is always worth exploring. Now, Idaho, not so much. So I spent a lot of time hibernating in my room or gaining weight.
Yeah, well, all those carbs in Idaho, all those potatoes.
Yeah. Nebraska ain't that city.
So where can we track down the podcast?
The podcast is available on all streaming platforms, Google Play, Amazon, Spotify, Apple. Or I always tell people, you know what, just hit me up on Instagram under Aries Spears, blue verification check mark, and I'll send it to you directly.
Nice.
My DMs.
That's awesome. And ariesspears.com. We'll put that link on ours, indystyle.tv. You're going to be at Helium Comedy Club Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Good to talk to you, man. Appreciate you being kind.
Hey, man. Thank you for having me, man.
All right. Recline that chair and catch some Z's before your next one.
Oh, I'm up now.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Aries. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Thank you.
Yeah, he was being nice.
I love him, though. He seems like such a cool guy.
And he's gone.